I've just returned from the Maldives, where President Nasheed of the Maldives held a summit of vulnerable countries called the Vulnerable Countries Forum on the 9th and 10th of November. There were 11 countries represented from Africa, Asia, and the Caribbean. Two heads of state, the President of Maldives and the President of Kiribati, and 8 or 9 ministers from different countries. They had some very good discussions, raised the issues of vulnerable countries, and came out with a declaration, the V11, or Vulnerable Countries 11 Declaration, which called on all heads of state to come to Copenhagen and sign the final Copenhagen Agreement. There seems to be some backtracking on what is likely to come out of Copenhagen, particularly with respect to a legally binding agreement, whether we will have one or not. President Nasheed and President Tong of the Kiribati have appealed to President Obama and all other heads of state to come to Copenhagen and ensure that they have a political agreement at the end which are approved and agreed by heads of state. It's quite clear that they will not be able to solve everything in Copenhagen, but they should be able to come to the major agreements there and be able to solve the rest of it over the course of the next 6 to 12 months. And ensure that the following meeting is also a summit-level heads of state meeting to follow up on whatever is left out of Copenhagen, so that from now on this is taken seriously at heads of state level. So the pressure right now is to ensure that the Copenhagen meeting in December is a summit-level meeting with all the major heads of state, particularly President Obama and President Hu Jintao of China present. They haven't said they'll go yet, but over 60 countries heads of state have said they will go, and we hope that all of them will turn up in Copenhagen and sign their names to whatever the political agreement or the legally binding agreement that they're able to achieve in Copenhagen, and then follow up immediately and ensure that we have the rest of it in place within 6 months, or at no more than 12 months, at the 16th Conference of Parties in Mexico in December 2010. So let's hope that the presidents of all countries and prime ministers of all countries will appear in Copenhagen so that they can agree on a final agreement there.